Thank goodness you're here was somewhat thrust upon me as an experiment. Watch the Australian decipher absurd British humour. You assume the role of a travelling salesman, forced to meet the mayor in a fictional northern English town of Barnsworth. In true capitalistic form, you're there to sell some stuff to the town. As the mayor is stuck in meetings, you have a few hours to kill until he's free. And that's it. The premise of the game is to waste time until he's ready for you. When you step out into the town, you see streets littered with trash and gunk, but also vibrant with life, flowers and insects buzzing about. And even though there's the ingredients for a beautiful, bucolic British town, everything feels dirty and disorderly. But the townsfolk seem not to be bothered.
Ah, a fine mess. Don't bother there, young man. Help yourself to some scrambled bread on your way out.
These folk seem to be keeping calm and carrying on, not necessarily fussed that they're stuck in a pickle, nor are they using their own willpower to overcome an internal struggle. Are they too polite to say anything? Are they jaded? Is their coping mechanism disassociation? Or how far do we have to push for them to pop?
Right then, Rog. I'll see you next week.
But with any game, you're here to do something. Armed with only two primary actions of jump and slap, all I have to feel in control is to slap some sense into these people. This game is all bright colours, talking plants, vibrant surrealistic dream sequences, and the cast of jolly characters sprouting nonsense about Peans and tanipas, where slapping is addictive and people just take the hits.
Good morning, little fella.
That's the kind of absurdity this game is about. Or is it? Having grown up watching the international channel for Monty Python and flicking through the pages of George Orwell's every creation, this feels too oddly British, where non-confrontational communication meets satirical humour as a guise for something possibly more metaphorical. This is a declining English town, and in this Metroidvania-esque game, in order to complete the killing time main quest, you have to move your character around town, helping people with odd jobs and fetch quests in order to unlock more odd jobs and fetch quests, in a circle in a hoop that never ends. All you need to do is just wait for the mayor until he is free. But as you wander the streets, you feel somewhat compelled to help these people, who seem not able nor willing to help themselves. Whether it's explicitly answering their request.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. They're everywhere. Somebody must have lured them down from the roof. Can you fetch us that box of rat poison from top shelf?
Doing their own dirty work.
The mayor's asked me to clean up this little rose garden. You can start by getting on that mower.
Somehow landing right at the perfect situation to help whilst you're there.
While you're down there, lad, give those barrels a shake-up, won't you?
Helping those you know will repeat the same mistake.
What ho, what luck! A wishing well! Godspeed, young threepence!
Oh.
And accepting the assumption that you will help them.
You better get down there and find it, or it'll be cold chips till the cows come home!
And clearly you do so they keep expecting it over and over.
Unfortunately, I've just noticed my screwdriver's gone missing too. I wish I could say we were done, lad, I really do. But as I got back, I noticed my hammer's gone walkies. See if you can't flush all this muck out.
Ultimately, they jump at you as their savior. You're trapped in an endless cycle of helping others, rather than actually feeling you're making a difference to your own story. You're in the grind, and the grind is always forwards. Even if you know that the most efficient path is backwards or sideways, you're blocked. And it's in this forward path you can see the stories of the characters build over time. But you're somewhat forced to cause chaos to permanently change the landscape, or harm the people you encounter repetitively in each loop you take.
Ah, hello again.
Whilst we are helping these people, are we reinforcing their external locus of control? If they don't solve their own problems, are we creating mindlessness? You may be heralded as the hero, but are you inadvertently conditioning them to miss the bigger picture? Are they becoming so dependent on you that the world degrades around them? By helping them, are we actually creating their demise? Throughout the adventure, you're mute, but you are not passive. This game is HUD-less. There are no signifiers or tips on what's interactable or not. You lack control. You're unable to converse and point out what's truly going on. You are whisked away as the townsfolk make their own assumptions without really thinking about what's truly going on and what's truly going to create change. You have to keep moving in the same direction and haplessly spam that slap action in hopes that something you do will get you steps further for the game to let you meet the mayor. Ultimately, are people just happy to live their lives with blinkers on, and we shouldn't worry about changing that? It's called Thank Goodness You're Here for a reason. Is this game just to kill a few hours in-game and in real life? Or is it to peel back the layers and reflect on a wider narrative? Who knows? Personally, I think it's the British way of doing both. Either way is enjoyable, and either way is sure interesting to think about.